So you want to understand economics, real economics. Well, then the first thing you need to know about is value. They don't really teach you this in school. So you set up a yard sale. You've got a lot of valuable crap, so you're hoping to make some money. People start coming by, and in fact, this very well drawn car mechanic comes by and he starts looking at all of your junk, and he sees this decorative plate, this ceramic collector's plate, and he says to himself, well, that's fucking useless. And he walks on. So you think to yourself, gee, maybe I ought to lower that price. What price should I put on this plate? What's the value of this plate? Meanwhile, on the other side of the yard, Grandma rolls up in her mobility scooter and she sees this car part you put out here in red, and she says to herself, why, that is the silliest looking paperweight I've ever seen in my life. I wouldn't pay $1 for that thing. Gee, you're thinking, what should the price be on that car part? I gotta figure out the value of this car part. By now, the mechanic has found the car part and he's in disbelief. He's saying to himself, wow, this is an SGX 10mm spark plug from Europe Direct. This is worth probably $350. I'm gonna take it. Alright, so at this point, Grandma's crushed a couple toes and she's made her way over to the plate selection, and she sees this glorious Wedgwood Norman Rockwell Collector's Edition fucking antique plate, and she says, oh my god, I've been looking for this plate to complete my collection for 750 years now. And so the transaction is made and everybody goes on about their lives. So let me ask you, what is the value of this car part? What is the value of this collector's plate? Wrong. If you were to ask the car mechanic, that part is very valuable and the plate is absolutely useless. If you were to ask the old grandma, she already forgot about both of the objects, but she wants to know if you've been eating. So what price should you have put on those objects? What was their true value? Well, it was a trick question to begin with. There's no answer to this question because true value doesn't exist. Objects do not have value. Only love has value. No, I'm just kidding. Value exists only in the mind of a person. You can point at a rock, you can point at a price tag, you can point at the unclicked subscribe button, but you can't point at value. Value is just like your opinion, man. By definition, it's subjective. It depends on the person who's saying it. Everybody's value on the same thing is different, guaranteed. So if there is no true value to objects or services or whatever we're all looking at that we can all agree on, then how do we have a functioning society? How do we trade goods and services? How do we have an economy?